Good morning, fellow comic book nerds. I just received some comics in the mail, and I read. There was 3 issues, and I read one yesterday. The first one that I received. It's I'm so blown away. I'm so full of hope and joy and love for this beautiful hobby that we have. It's magnificent art. This is the Rampaging Hulk #3. It's not in the best shape. You can see there's some leftover from a sticker. I'll remove that. But the cover is by Earl Norim or Norim. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's an amazing cover. The format is slightly bigger than the standard comic book. It's a magazine, and it's from 80, sorry. No, 77. 77. This is the best thing I've read in a long time. I'm not a Hulk fan, but this is just so amazing. The story was very entertaining, and the artwork is just blowing you away. This is the splash page. Now, the artwork is by Walt Simonsen and, Alfredo Alcala. The story is by Moench. Just rest your eyes on this for a second. It's exquisite. It's really something. I have this dodgy looking character up here. He's a bad Frenchman. The Hulk, Rick, and a girl called Bereed are in France, and I haven't read the first 2, so and they're being hunted by the Missile Master. Look at this architecture. Walt Simonsen, ladies and gentlemen. It's so beautiful. It's so futuristic. It's so earthly. It's so strange and foreign. I really love it. I was looking at that for a long time. And here's a guy hitting a kid, an orphan kid, and Bruce Banner sees it and turns into the Hulk. Now, of course, the story is emotionally a little bit removed from what we're doing today, or what the good writers are doing today. Very few. The Hulk gets mad at him. Pencil work here. Look at the foot in the foreground. The Hulk in the background. Look at the shoe. I'm like, every panel is a painting. Every panel is magnificent. Oh, I'll show you Bereed in a moment. They get it drawn into a different dimension. Look at this dimension traveling panel. That's the work of a master. You can set that up. And that's Bereaved. Foreign, beautiful creature. And Rake, of course. I used to not really care too much about Rick, but I really like him in this story. And the story is multi-layered. It's about they're escaping this metal master, and there's this kid, this orphan, who believes in monsters. There are corrupt cops. There's a fourth dimension, and they're in France, and Doc Moench uses that very humorously. There, Hulk has been jumping for a long time, and everything is still wrong. Hulk does not like France. He does not work right in stupid France. I thought that was a nice touch, you know. It's a nice touch that you use another dimension and you use humor like that. And just speaking of this other dimension, it's very autistic, isn't it? The way he uses that. Now, it's not Steve Ditko or anything, but he has his own style, Walt Simonsen, and I like that. Here's a kid fleeing the police. So sweet. It's a sweet little story that's thrown in there. And I like that Doc Moench has multi-layered the story. So it's not just the Hulk, but you follow the Hulk, you follow Rick and Bereaved, and you follow the little kid. So it's like 3 stories in one. And it's not like it's an amazing feat or anything, but it takes a little bit more out of the writer, and it demands a little bit more of, in this case, him. And I just think what I read last time I bought comics was just the writing was so bad, except Hellcat, but everything else was very two-dimensional. This feels very much alive. Oh, I'll show you the yes. What do you say? What do you know? It's incredible, isn't it? I love his artwork. I've never been a Walt Simonsen fan, sorry to say. I like his style. He's different. You can always spot it when it's him. But it just never grabbed me. I didn't read the Thor, though, so... But X-Force... I never felt that it suited the characters. I think that this is very, very, very enjoyable. It's very much the story. It suits the story very well. And it's nice to read something that's well written and just entertaining. There are 2 stories in the magazine. There's a story about Hulk, and then there's a story about Bloodstone by Ulysses Bloodstone. That story has art by Buscema and a guy I didn't really know, Rudy Nebres or Nebres. He's from the Philippines, and he did this amazing piece of artwork. My hands are very dirty because I was out. I just got a new tractor yesterday, or a new old tractor. and I was out fixing the old one and helping a guy, and I was out plowing the fields. So um, I'm a farmer. I get dirty. I get oil everywhere. You know, it's part of the job. Anyway, now the Bloodstone is amazing art again, an amazing use of the black and white, an amazing use of panels, the way they tell the story. They build up. Sal Buscema is so good at building up. Who's writing this? John Warner. I mean, it's fun. There are big monsters. There's action, but it's not very emotional. Doc Moench was much more emotional. But this is still good. Look at Iron Man in black and white. I'll show you this because it's freaking amazing. The action panel. You can feel him coming through the roof. It's two-dimensional, ladies and gentlemen, but they are in motion. Fucking amazing. Oh, I just wanted to show Iron Man in black and white. I can still see it's metal. Now the story is not. It's fun, but it's not good. It's average. But the action, and of course, this is so good. The Squid Man, Sal Buscema is just a master at these things. I look like monsters everywhere. They just pop up. Amazingly drawn. I really like Rudy's inking here. It's very good. Oh, another Sal Buscema action zine. He's the master. Look at that monster. I want that monster. Look at him in the foreground and the monster coming out of the water. And you can just see it's evil. Go Ram. The fact that it's in black and white takes the story to another level. It's funny because when they first reprinted, they did the thick marble, what do you call them, comics in black and white in Denmark because it was too expensive to do it in color. And it suited, not all of them, but a lot of them to be in black and white, especially Frank Miller's Daredevil. Now, I read that for the first time in black and white. I can't read it in color now. It just ruins everything. The black and white suits the tone and the style. And that's exactly what they're using here as well. Because you can do that if you're a great artist. You can make it work for you. I don't miss the colors. These are aliens where the metal on their gears melting. I don't miss the colors at all. Because these are four masters at work. Sal, Alfredo, Rudy, and Walt. And John Warner tells an entertaining story. I'd say it's well, compared to back then, it's a 5, but today the story would be like a 7. because I think it's just, the storytelling has just gotten so much worse now. It's about entertaining you. It's about entertaining you, and it's about getting you emotionally. It's not about the plight of the character or the hardship. I'm so tired of all their feelings. I read this Spider-Man here, and even though I don't like the paper and I don't like the colors, I would actually like to read it in black and white, but never mind that. It's way too much. Come on. I don't need this thick luxury paper. I just want to read the comic book story. The paper and the colors doesn't suit the story, I think. Even though it's about Peter Parker is the main character. It's about the other character. He worries about other characters all the time. He doesn't worry about himself. And now, when you read An Amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker is very much the center of attention. And that's the difference. Anyway, back to what's good. The Rampaging Hulk. I think there are 28 issues in this only, sadly. I'll collect them all. I have 3. I have this, number 3, with the cover by Earl Norem. I have number 4. I believe the cover is by Starlin. I can't remember. It's Hulk is Jesus. It's very good. On the cross. And Starlin is doing the art as well. I'll talk about that in the next issue. In the next show. And then number 5. And I can't remember who did this art. But that is amazing. Now these cost me, with shipping and taxes, I think it was I bought them at an auction, and I bought them at the price they were set for sale for. So they were about, with shipping and taxes, because taxes here is crazy expensive, and shipping is stupid expensive as well. So shipping and taxes were more than books, but I think they were about $6 each, $5 or $6 each. And they're just, I haven't had this much fun reading a comic book in a long time, and I haven't been swooned by the art in a long, long time. So, Rampaging Hulk, number 3. Pick it up, try it out, see if it's for you. If you read book in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, like I did, in the beginning of the 90s, but then the Todd McFarlanes and the Young Guns took over, and it was just, I'm sorry, but these turned into crap because they didn't know how to tell a story. Beautiful art, but the story was crap. Earl Norem, Rampaging Hulk number 3. Buy it, read it, enjoy it. It's very good.